Hi, today I'm going to discuss the advantages and benefits of using a Wikispaces account. It's an excellent resource for teachers, and students also love it. It's a way to place all course content online. There's lots of options and features to using this program I'll go through. Right now this one's called Mastery Assignment 2013. You can choose your own domain name as long as it's available, so you can use course codes, school names, teacher names, anything like that. When you look at the front of it here, there's a calendar on top. So right now it shows the World War I Trench Virtual Tour. So this is an assignment I'd create for my students. Now it's up top. So every time they log in, it shows the name of the assignments or events, and then how many days away. So this keeps updating students, and informs them tests, how far away are tests. It just keeps them on the ball. It's very organized. The front page, there's a thing here to put discussions, projects, or events. So if you look here, Pat's my partner for this project, so I added him as a student. So now he wrote a blog here, a response, talking about a movie he'd like to see in the class. So as a teacher, having a wiki page, it allows me to stay connected with my students in the class and outside the class. It also allows my students to connect with one another. So Pat here posted a link to a movie he'd like to see in class. So this is something I could show one day if I have time or if it connects to the unit. If we scroll down here, we have the World War I Trench Virtual Tour that stays on the feed. It tells them when it is. Pat already went and looked at it by clicking the link, and I asked him to comment. So he wrote this comment about the virtual tour. Now, there's just one student here, Pat, but I'd have all my students commenting, and this might spark a conversation between other students about stuff they liked about the video. This here has my World War I unit test, and I wrote here that's open book, multiple choice questions. And I also wrote here, please feel free to post any questions or concerns you might have about the test. Okay, so again, this allows my students to, if they're at home studying and they think of a question, the way to the next day to ask me. They can write it on the wiki, and I'll check it. I can connect them. It's also a way for other students to ask. A student might ask a question, another student might be able to answer. Scroll on here. Today, April 19th, I put this day in history. So the history.com website has a this day in history. So every day there's it's like a video describing an event that happened in history. So every day I could post the today in history video on my site, on the wiki page, and I can have my students comment on it. I can do daily discussions like here. What do you believe contributed to the start of World War I? Which can also start a nice conversation or debate between my students. It also gives me the option to have an introductions if you're a new teacher, as I wrote here. Hi, my name is Mr. Tofalusi. I will be your teacher for the Canadian History CHC2P this semester. Please tell myself and your classmates about yourself, a little bit about yourself. So Pat here, Pat responded. Now this would be a way for students to get to know other students in their class. If someone just moved schools, or if I'm a new teacher and I don't know much about my students, this is an excellent way to do introductions outside of class time. Many times, if you're a new teacher at a school, the students already know one another very well. So instead of wasting class time on going through introductions, I can have them do it on my wiki page, and I can just read through them. And if I have any other comments or questions, I can ask them in class or respond on the blog. So if we go here, we have it set up. We look here, we have handouts. I just click on the side, and my handout page comes up. Now this is great. A lot of times if students aren't in class or there's absences, they're sick, they don't need to wait till the next day. If a student's at home, as long as he has access to the internet, he can access the wiki, and he can stay updated with the class. So right here we have CHC, which is their course outline. You click on this, the course syllabus will open up. Here's a link to the project. So now there's no more handing out students just one paper of the project, and I've done it before. Especially in the internship, I handed out a hard copy of something. 2 days later, the students are asking me for another copy. So this is the way that everything's online. It helps reduce the use of paper, and it keeps everything organized for the students. So here's my handouts. Now throughout the semester, if I were using this, I can continuously add the date and the assignment file. If we go here, Smartboard presentations on the side, I can keep all my presentations for any unit all online. This way, again, if students are absent, if they're studying for the World War I test and they want to review our presentations, they have easy access to it at home. They don't need to be at school to do this. And again, I put the date. Here's all my different presentations. They can download them to their computer so they can just open them. And then there's also in here I have useful links. So like what Pat sent me that video. So that where a student were to send me a link or something they thought was interesting, I could add it to the useful links. So here we have some World War I. I could put World War II after, Canada in 20th century, any different heading, and add all different links for students to access. Now right here under the pages we have handouts, smartboard presentations, useful links. I can go to pages and files and I can create a new page with anything. It's that simple. If you're doing a math class, any kind of class, you can have all your different headings here. It doesn't matter what you put, you can add or remove them. It just makes everything very organized for the student. One of the best things about the wiki pages is the way that students can connect to the teachers and teachers can connect to the students. So if during the day I want to have a discussing question just to get kids thinking before class, a lot of times my students come into a class, I was doing an internship, and they knew we were going to be discussing, say, World War I or a certain subject. They just got done lunch break, you know, and their heads aren't really, they're not really ready yet to start learning. So before class, I could post a discussion question, you know, and most kids have the wikis, smartphone stuff that goes right to their smartphones, or if they're in another class on a computer, they have access to it. So I can just, throughout the day, place discussion questions just to get the students thinking and involved in the class more. And they can comment on it. Other students can comment on student comments. If the students have questions, they can ask me questions here. It's just an easy way for them to stay connected with the teacher.